Luke, congratulations through here at Madison Square Garden. A tough assignment there against Stowe Buntz, but you found a way to come through it.
Yeah, I did. On the walk-on, of course, that guy pulled my thumb back and it really hurt. So, it affected my performance. But yeah, I tried my best to come back from that. That thing stays in your head. It does. It affected my performance. But Stowe played really good, to be honest. A couple of good finishes there, and he kind of pushed me out of the game a little bit. But he managed to give it away again in the end. And the last 2 legs, he almost sort of gave me the game. So I was very fortunate to go over the line, really.
Look, in the games like that, we're seeing the North Americans get better and better. We've seen a couple of upsets. When you go behind, are you thinking, oh God, I don't want to go to the same list as the upsets?
Yeah, of course. I don't ever want to come all this way, and you be here for like 3 or 4 days prepping, and then you lose first game. It's always a hard one to take. I've not had to experience that yet, luckily, but it's never nice. But I knew Stowe was one of the toughest draws, so I knew I was in for a tough one, and apart from that last 2 legs, I thought he played really well. He was really solid. Then a couple of ball shots out, which showed real grit and determination. So that just shows the calibre he's at. But like I said, the last 2 legs, he really didn't show the calibre that he's at, and he could have romped away, and he sort of gave me the game in the end. But I felt out of it after 4-3. I felt deflated after what happened, but I managed to bounce back, and it might be something that I get lucky from in the first game. I managed to capitalise and do something great tomorrow.
In terms of World Series, is this the toughest one in terms of the calibre of players that you guys are playing against in the opening round?
Yeah, but I think it's the toughest qualifiers we play against, for sure. I think this one was definitely the toughest genre of Americans and Canadians on the CDC that we've had to play against so far. Yeah, for sure. I think you see Jason Brandon play really well, and Danny Lawby played really well, and Stowe played really well there against me, and and then Lano's going to give Michael a game. So I hope he does. I'm sure he will. But I think there's definitely one of the hardest we've had to come against so far. I think the only person you're missing is probably Alex Spellman. He's a really, really great player. So we're like really, really close to having the best of the best here right now.
What would it mean to add this title to your resume?
Yeah, I mean, it would mean the world. It's definitely the World Series that I've always wanted to win. It's America. It's the Big Apple. It's everything that everyone wants to be a part of. You want to be in America. If you're winning titles in America, there's something great's happening. Whether you win NFLs, MLBs, or whatever they're called. I don't know what they are. Baseball. Am I right? It's MLB.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't sound right. When you're winning titles in America, something's good happening, and I want to have my part to that as well. So of course, it would mean the world to me to go on and win here tomorrow.
Cheers, Luke. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Luke, it was a tough test tonight. In leg number 9, still has another opportunity for a bull shot on the 123 checkout. Missed it into 25, and then you took out the 32, and that was kind of the swinging point that got you over the line there. Is when you're sitting there waiting for that shot, are you thinking he's hitting it for a 3rd time straight?
Honestly, that double 16 there, I could not believe it didn't go in. It was literally, I had a couple of shots in that whole game where they were so close to that wire. I'm just like, where's that luck? I'm literally a millimetre away from just changing the whole game. The double 15 to go 4-1 up. I just didn't have that little bit of rub of the green where things were just dropping in for me in certain moments. So of course I felt that ball's always going to go because nothing was going my way, and it was close, I think. So I knew I had to hit that, and then of course, when I went that 32, the first start, I hit the wire again. I'm thinking, oh my God, it just really ain't my night, is it really? And then when it went, I'm thinking, okay, now my chance. And the last 2 legs were really poor from us both. But I think what was on the line really showed there's a lot of pressure darts.
And on the first night here, you're trying to get to night 2. That's really the goal. What do you do to prepare tomorrow for tomorrow night?
Honestly, you just want to get through the first night. It's the same in every World Series. I know the pressure's on you because everyone expects you to win, and you just want to get to that second night. So you feel a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You feel like you can't lose, and I've only lost once in the 15-16 World Series tournaments I've ever played in the first game. So the pressure's on you, but of course now I'll relax and enjoy it now. I know that there's nothing to lose now. I've made the second day. There's not a third day. I've made the second day. I think I got Danny next, so the crowd's going to be on his side, and played really well earlier. So it's going to be a good prospect for us both.
Cheers. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
You mentioned the crowd. How about that crowd out there? It's keeps on rocking, continuing from last year's success into this year. What's your overall thoughts on the atmosphere?
Yeah, I think that the atmosphere tonight was probably the best it's ever been in America since we've ever been here. Honestly, I think it was amazing. I walked out to see my mum and dad. They were sitting on the balcony in the second game, and it was Jason Brandon game. And my God, that was the most incredible crowd that I've ever experienced. I've experienced great crowds. I have, but it just had a different buzz about it. To be honest, I think I said to a few of the guys in the back room, can you imagine if they doubled that? You know how incredible that would be, and that's where we want to be. We want bigger crowds. You know, there's 3,500 in there, but my God, can you imagine if there's like 15,000 in an American crowd? Well, I mean, with the roof on, and you know, America's all about open top. You know, NFL and all this. Imagine when the roof's on and you got 15 to 20,000 people in it. I mean, I experienced the Rangers in ice hockey, and they scored a goal. And my God, that was one of the best experiences I've ever been involved in. So I think this is where darts needs to go. If we can get 10, 15,000 in the room, Americans, you could see one of the best atmospheres that darts ever seen.
You mentioned 15, 20,000. That big arena holds 20,000. What would it mean to be there?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. That's where we want to be. It really is. I think we just need the Americans to open their eyes up and see how great our sport is. You know, I want them to capture it and be like, wow, this is really good. You know, because I believe that we can be there in the next few years. You know, we're in the theatre at the moment, but we need American people to really grab onto the sport and say, yeah, we want to be there, and we need the figures. We need people to come out, and you know, we need to sell the tickets. And you know, if the warrant's there and it keeps happening and we keep building it every year, we'll be in the big arena, I'm sure of it, but we need the people to want to come. We need that, so that's what I'm looking forward to. We get that 15, 20,000, that will be a special atmosphere. That will really put the hairs in the back of your neck stand up.
Definitely so. You mentioned Alex Spellman. We're probably missing a couple others too. The World Series format's kind of the same all throughout, Australia, New Zealand as well. Do you think there's an extension that should happen in some of these events to allow other players in?
Yeah, well, I think that's just what will come. It will come in time, you know. I think, like I said, this is the best that American darts has been, in my opinion, for a long, long time, you know. We've had great players, John Parr, Darren Young, all these players are fantastic players, you know, Gary Mawson, but we're at a stage now where the standards get a little bit better, and I feel like if it keeps growing, then you give the PDC no option but to grow the game over here, and you'll go towards Canada, and maybe, you know, I've heard there's a league where there's 5,000 people in. I think you told me, didn't you? 5,000 people. You know, that's bigger leagues than what we have in the UK. So, you know, that's an opportunity there to do more in America. So yeah, we're up for it. We just need the people to be involved, and we need the fans here, and we need everyone to really be involved and really look forward to having us here, because if they do, then we'll come more.
That's a 5,000 state tournament, by the way. That's
me,
crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy because it's bigger numbers than what we get.
Well, thanks for chatting with us. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.